should know. I have never really liked you at all. I cannot hide it anymore. I've been thinking about the future, trying to forget about the past. So many ways that I could change for the better.
This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free.
I'm here. Hold on. Hey y'all. Thank you for being here. This here day. It is a Monday, that's for sure. Mr. Speculating just went back to work today. All right, let me get sat down. Had to get my coffee together and everything ready for this live stream, y'all. I've got so much information on Mr. Austin Drummond. Oh my lord. We gonna speculate. We gonna talk about some actual things that we know are not speculation. This is gonna be a very interesting live stream this here day. I appreciate y'all that have emailed me. I went through and tried to email y'all back just so you knew that I had gotten emails. Oh, I got Pop Rocks, y'all. I got some blue raspberry Pop Rocks. I wonder what that would sound like on headphones. It's so good to see you. Ashley, Lori M, Monica, Abellis. Am I doing my live underwater? Did it sound like I was underwater? Does it sound messed up? Y'all let me know if it still sounds messed up. Southern Cat, Snarky Pants, Rhonda, good to see you. Anders, Jenny Jen, good to see you. Tom, good to see you. Vicky the Leo, good to see you. Miss Sarah, okay. Oh, hold on. Let me access my live stream. Hold on. Just a minute. I forgot to access my live stream. Getting all of these daggum documents together. My goodness gracious, it's a lot. Hold on. Miss Sarah, good to see you. Southern Cats, good to see you. Dainty Dang, good to see you. Miss Sarah, good to see you. Cara, my love, good to see you. Cindy from sunny South Florida, good to see you. Oh, shit. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Let me find. I don't know if it's going to give me the link. I did see where Nick Barris had it. Hold on. All right. Anybody else that's here that I missed? I want to say hey to y'all, and I'm sorry if I missed y'all. Does anybody have a link for it? Abraham, I like Pop Rocks too. All right. Let me see. I did have this from 57 minutes ago. Lord have mercy, where is it? Okay, possible sighting of Austin Drummond. WNWS News reports a large police presence with a SWAT team and weapons. This is in Jackson, Tennessee. THP and Jackson police are staging around West Jackson Baptist Church. TBI agents are on scene with Pleasant Plains Road blocked off, several roads blocked off and on alert at Union University. It is not clear exactly what has prompted this response, but it is believed to be related to the search for Drummond, a quadruple homicide suspect. And then that's where they are. That was 57 minutes ago. Let me see if there's any live feeds. Okay, we got an article. It says from 10 minutes ago. Let me see what y'all are saying. WNWS. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Thank you, Dainty. WNWS. Let's see. All that's coming up is the article I have pulled up. Okay, I'll share this while I also try to hey Kalisa. Oh, of course you can't see where they're getting their feed. All right. Let me try on YouTube. WNWS News. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find this feed. Of course, JLR's got it blocked. Okay. Fox Live. Oh, no. That's probably a Facebook. Okay, let me check Facebook. Hold on. They go on Facebook and they get it. See, when I go on I think it's a Facebook that they've got pulled up, but all I'm seeing is this true crime suspect quadruple homicide where we have the picture and then here's a map of where they're at right here. Let me go back and see if there's any video. Five hours ago, there's no live feed. Wait a minute. That's Fox 13 where they were searching. Okay. So that's from Fox 13 as they were searching. Let me try on Fox 13. Curious Christine, thank you so much for the super sticker. That was so very sweet and supportive of you, and I really appreciate it. Hey, Wolfpack, Miss King of Anything, Curious Christine, Kalisa, everybody, good to see y'all. Sam Brown. Okay, let me try to pull up Fox 13 in Jackson. They have this where they've got the pictures out there. I'm gonna
Jackson,
play this
Tennessee. Law
and
enforcement
look.
officers blanketed Jackson, Tennessee Monday as authorities continued their search for 28-year-old Austin Drummond, accused of murdering 4 family members in Lake County, Tennessee, and abducting a baby before abandoning the infant in a Dyer County driveway. Related, everything we know about the manhunt for Austin Drummond, suspected murderer of Tennessee family. Fox 13 crews saw officers blocking off the intersection of Pleasant Plains and Pipkin, near Union University. Around 11:40 a.m. Union University told Fox 13 that Jackson Police Department officers asked the school to keep their buildings locked. The main campus of Jackson Christian School on Country Club Lane was also placed on lockdown. No students were in Jackson Christian School Monday. Only teachers reported. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation told Fox 13 that they believe Drummond is still in the West Tennessee area. Authorities arrested 2 Jackson area men and charged them with being accessories after the fact of first-degree murder, accusing the men of helping Drummond in his attempt to escape arrest. Agents found the car they believe Drummond used to commit the murders in Jackson. Officials believe he slept in his car in a wooded area following the crimes. In Dyer County, officials discovered another vehicle they believe belongs to Drummond.
Okay. I did pull up. I've got the news stations, like the names of the news stations, and I'm checking their YouTubes real quick, trying to find it. They don't have anything except for the press conference, and they only got that 14 hours ago. All right. The next one is WJKT. Let's search that one. I do have a lot of information for y'all. If we can't find it, WJK. Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy, what was it? WJKT. I've got so many tabs pulled up. WJKT. No. I do believe it's a Facebook feed that they're both streaming. Talk in West Tennessee. TALKN. No. TN. No. All right. There is one. I'm still looking for another. There's one news feed that I have pulled up. Miss Kimmy, thank you for the $5. Miss Kimmy said, just wanted to say thank you for all you do for bringing awareness to missing children, your sensitive touch when covering crimes against children. Thank you for that. That was so very sweet and supportive of you, and I really appreciate that. That was so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so very much. That was so sweet of y'all. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I do have one channel. It's WBBJ, I believe. Let's go back here. Let's see. WBBJ TV. All right, I'm going to share this with y'all and we'll check this out before I go on to sharing what I have about him today. Where do we find live feed? Okay. So this was updated at 12 p.m. and it's developing heavy law enforcement presence responding in North Jackson after we watched this daggum advertisement. Update 12 p.m. Authorities appear to be searching the wooded area behind Cherry Grove Apartments along with the wooded... Okay, hold on. I'm going to try to get them on YouTube and see if they're live with it.
Is it time for new windows
Lord
and
have
doors?
mercy.
Call Window World today.
Authorities appear to be searching the wooded area behind Cherry Grove Apartments along with the wooded area near Union University off of Pleasant Plains. Several article agencies are present, including the Tennessee Highway Patrol, Madison County Sheriff's Office, Jackson Police Department, including SWAT. And there's pictures of that. Oh, yeah, they got somebody posted up. Okay. We're going to have to listen to it like this because if I take it back, they're going to do another damn ad.
We're going to go ahead and go over to WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ryan Brooks, who is live on scene in Jackson at the heavy police presence. Ryan?
That's right. Authorities are searching for someone in the area of Pleasant Plains and Oilwell Road right here in front of Love and Truth Church. We've seen several authorities out here today. We've seen a SWAT team. We've also seen a drone and a helicopter surveying the perimeter of the area, as well as an EMS and also several state troopers and several media outlets here on the scene. We don't exactly know many details right now, but we do know the police are searching for someone and have been here for hours this morning. For now, we'll send it back on into studio live in West Jackson. Ryan Brooks, WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you, Ryan. We're going to continue to give you updates on this story. Of course, we know a third person has been arrested in connection to this incident. As we learn more information, of course, we will bring you that as we learn of it. You can stay with us on air and online on our social medias as well to learn of this situation as it unfolds.
Okay. So that's that. Here's photos. It says traffic was delayed Monday morning in the area of Oil Well Road and Pleasant Plains as several law enforcement vehicles were in the area. Shortly after 11 a.m., Jackson Police posted a traffic advisory saying Pleasant Plain Roads is temporarily closed down from Oil Well County Lane. Please take an alternative route. Oh yeah, they got him surrounded. If I had to guess, I would say they've probably located him, and they know he's in the apartment complex or in the woods. Tipsters have reported seeing helicopters circle the area and shared that schools in the area, including Jackson Christian School and Union University, entered a lockdown. We reached out to Jackson for more information, and we were directed to speak to the TBI. TBI shared that the response is part of an ongoing investigation and no further details were shared. Stay with us on air and online, and we'll continue to provide more updates. Let me go to my Facebook. Hold on, I'll pull it up because I'm part of a group that would have it, but they're showing Dolly's stuff. I'm gonna try one more time. It says possible sighting a person wanted, and we've got that. We just looked at that, and then again, that's the area. They got him cornered. Oh, okay.
Kid commented on a social media post soon after Brooksy's recovery that she did not know the dog was in the garage, starving in the heat. Kid commented on a social media post soon after Brooksy's recovery that she did not know the dog was in the garage, starving in the heat. Kid commented on a social.
I thought it was a live feed. Damn it. Who is that? Nick Strain. Look at that. There's a SWAT going in. Let's see what's on over here. How do I? Are they live? There's the original post. There's that one. There's that one. They got this green light thing. How do we photo more live? This is from an hour ago. That's from an hour ago. Sandra, what channel, love? Where's Sandra? Do you know what TV? What TV channel? Oh no. It's that guy Smoke. Okay, WNWS News. Let me try that. No, that takes me to their Facebook. Shooting. Let me see. You're on YouTube. Oh, you're watching it on YouTube. Is it like Dolly or JLR, or is it like a news station? Hold on a minute. He had it from that 105 where I've got it from now. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Lord of mercy. All right, hold on. Let me try this. WW. Lord of mercy. XLFR. Equals. RMA. Four, 8, 5, 7, 7. 2, 5, 4, 4, 4, 5, 2, 5, 4, 7, 6, 2, 8, 8. RDID equals. Okay. GSDM uppercase T RBYT REYT ZRO ZRO TXFN TXV. Well, fuck you two then. I tried, y'all. I tried. I don't know where to get it from. I'm going to go back and try one more time. That one's from an hour ago, okay? ABC News is live. That's about all that there is. You go. Try it one more time. I mean, I don't know why the news doesn't have it on. That's from Nick Barris. All right. All I'm seeing is old posts, so we'll jump back over here and I'll check the news again and then we're going to talk about what I have on them. Let's try to. Okay, I'm going to try that WBBJ, and then we'll get into all the other stuff I have on them. That's that one we just watched.
Evan, we're going to go ahead and go over to WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ryan Brooks, who is live on scene in Jackson at the heavy police presence. Ryan?
We just watched that. All right. I'm going to pull up YouTube and check there, but for now we're going to go over here to some of these articles. So first, while they're still looking for him, let's take a minute and remember the victims. I have the obituaries for the victims in this horrific quadruple homicide. So we're going to talk about that real quick. I had to write that down. Hey, Edith. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, LJ. Hey, Abellis. Hey, Nicole. It is really strange, but I don't think he has a way to get out. Yeah, I was trying to find a live feed of where they're searching, but I can't find one right now. All right, so this is the obituary for James Matthew Wilson II. He was the father of baby Westlin that was found in the front yard in the 114-degree heat wave, and thank God the baby's okay, but the whole family, the family was annihilated. So it says James Matthew Wilson II obituary. James Matthew Wilson II was born on July 2nd, 2004 to Kimberly Hamal and Matt Wilson on July 29th of 2025. Matthew passed away in Tiptonville, Tennessee, and joined his relatives and his loving girlfriend, Adriana Williams, in eternal life, who will be forever missed. Matthew Wilson was a proud resident of Dyer County and class of 2022 Dyer County High School graduate. Matthew is survived by his parents, Kimberly and Matt, his daughter, Westlin Wilson, his grandparents, Debbie and Kamara Denson, Steve and Anita Wilson, his younger sister, Haley and Cheyenne, his younger brothers, James, Emerson, his uncles, Ronnie, Jeremy, his aunt, Jessica, and Autumn. Matthew was more than just a brother, a son, or a friend. He was a guiding light and an irreplaceable presence in our lives. He was a devoted father and would do anything to take care of his child and family. Matthew's quick wit and infectious smile lit up any room he walked into. Growing up with him was an adventure. He was always there, whether to offer a helping hand or to provide a shoulder to lean on. Though his time with us was cut short, the impact he made on us will last forever. His legacy lives on in the countless lives he touched and memories that we hold so dearly. A host of extended family members, Colton, Jameson, Ashlyn, along with Beth and Kira and Amanda and Michael and their daughters, Malin. A celebration of life service for Matthew will be held at 2 p.m. Tuesday, August 5th in the chapel of Johnson Williams Funeral Home. Officiating the service will be Mr. David Brooks. Visitation will be held Tuesday from 12 to 2 at Johnson Williams Funeral Home. Online condolences can be made to the family at johnsonwilliamsfuneralhome.com. Let me see, this is a video. I'm going to mute it, but that's sad. He was so young. It says parents. Hold on. Where is this music coming from? Lord have mercy. Okay. Parents It told us the parents who I've already mentioned and the family. I don't want to like keep their names up with their last name and everything. Here's photos. Probably him and his sisters and siblings. Oh, that's so sweet. He's a reporter from Jackson Post whose stream Dolly's watching. Sia and Ramon, do you know the name? Look at this. Did you see that precious picture where he was walking up the walls? Let me see what I can find on Facebook real quick. Um, I'm trying to be quiet as we watch the videos. Jackson Post. Okay, I'll check. These are videos of Matthew from his obituary. It's a video of photos of Matthew Wilson from the obituary. I'll check for that real quick while we continue to watch this for a second. It's 17 minutes long. We won't watch the whole thing. Okay, let's see. Okay, I've got it. Thank you guys. They're just driving by. Look at him and her. Thank you guys for that, and I will drop Dolly's link since I am getting it from him. Hold on, I'll show y'all that I have it live. I don't know why it's playing music, but here you can see this is live. I do have it live. I'm gonna go back to the photos of, Matthew.
All right. Well, thank y'all for watching.
Oh,
If there's something else worth going live for, I'll do that. See y'all.
he's about to end it. Damn. Well, that sucks. Let me follow them. All right, let's go back over here to the obituary, for Matthew. Deborah being arrested. Who is Deborah? Look, there they are at their baby shower, him and Adriana. How precious. Let's see. I know. This is absolutely precious to see all these photos, and I'm glad they posted it like that. That might be the baby right there. That might be his little brother holding the baby. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Rubber, who were you talking about? They arrested Deborah. Lord, everybody had one of them couches back in the day. There they are at the beach. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I'm not going to play it for like 17 minutes, but I'm glad that they put this up on YouTube. I'm going to grab the link for this and share it to you guys as soon as we get done watching the videos. So you guys can see it and donate if you want to look at him. That is precious. Hold on, what was that picture? They got a big family. There's him and Adriana. All right. It's family and things, I think. Let me copy this. Okay, I'm going to try to post this in the chat. This is the obituary for Matthew. Okay, so there's that. Now we'll jump over here to the obituary for Courtney Rose, Braden Williams, and Adriana Williams. And it says that they don't have, actually, it says that an obituary is not available at this time for Courtney, Braden, and Adriana. We welcome you to provide your thoughts and memories on our tribute wall. To send flowers or plant a tree, please visit our floral store. And I'll see what they have on the tribute wall. So sorry for your loss, prayers. I mean, a lot of people are just going to be sending them thoughts and loves and prayers. Hold on. Why did it do it that way? Playing music again. Hold on. Well, I can't enter my information, but let me grab this link and hopefully it'll stop playing that music. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I can. Jay, good to see you. All right, that's her obituary. Goodness, Matthews kept playing music. Okay. Um, I do have a connection and a Vice Lords thing that is real interesting. I don't know what the crap. All right. Let me see what we can talk about next. Let's talk about one of these articles. This one is good. So, parole warning, Tennessee quadruple homicide suspect Austin Drummond bone chilling regret warning years before wiping out family. I think it's going to talk about the letter. I have another letter to read to you guys. These are all pictures from his Facebook. He was released from prison September 2024, just 10 months before being named as a homicide suspect. Drummond is wanted in the deaths of Adriana, Matthew, Courtney, and Braden. Their bodies were found in a Tennessee woodland hours after the baby was discovered abandoned in the driveway. Williams and Wilson are the parents of the infant, while Rose was the baby's grandmother and teenage Brandon was the baby's uncle. The victims were related to Drummond's girlfriend, according to Danny Goodman, the district attorney of Tennessee. On July 23rd of 2020, Drummond had a parole hearing, and basically the DA claimed that he is a dangerous felony offender. Drummond was allegedly a member of the Vice Lords, a notorious prison street gang in Chicago. And I have a link to that and a tie to that I want to talk to y'all about.
In your home?
Lord have mercy. I hate when it does this. We gotta wait. Do, 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 do. Okay.
Quadruple homicide in West Tennessee have now been identified. They're the parents, the grandmother, and the uncle of this baby that was dumped in a stranger's yard in Dyer County.
Why does it do this? All right, let's talk about the tie to the Vice Lords. Because I've got something I really need to show y'all. I could not believe I found this and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Let me try to pull it up. I had it in my Gmail, but if I can't find it there, I'm going to pull it up a different way. Hold on just a minute. Okay. Tennessee. Okay. So let me try it this way. Hold on. Yep, this is what I want. All right, let's talk about the Vice Lords connection and what my suspicion is of what they were doing in prison and why he had all that commissary and all that stuff going on. And while we're doing that, I'm going to pull up his Facebook page so we can look at all the commissary and all of these things because it ties together. Okay. So remember we were watching that guy yesterday that was talking about y'all some weird ass hoes. I ain't done nothing. I ain't been arrested. If I had done something, I wouldn't be here right now. I ain't got no, I don't know where that dude is at. Fucking what is it? Fat Fox Dogod. Him that got arrested. Yeah, well, let's talk about that real quick. If I don't have 500 ads first, which of course they're going to do. Well, let's talk about him in about 9 seconds, okay? Do 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 do.
More information on a large drug bust in a local county that leaves one man behind bars and another on the run.
WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News reporter Katlin Nicholson is live in studio with the latest details. Katlin?
Thank you, Brad and Terry. Last night, after a patrol officer conducted a traffic stop, the situation took a turn. Take a look. Wednesday night, a Bells patrol officer conducted a stop on a vehicle heading westbound on Highway 412. Director of the West Tennessee Drug Task Force, Johnny Carter, stated that upon the traffic stop, one person ran off on foot while the driver pulled off, but eventually came to a stop.
There was still the driver still in the vehicle, so the Bells police officer stayed with the vehicle, detained the driver, called for additional backup units to arrive. He also called us and asked for the Drug Task Force's assistance.
Brandon Powell was taken into custody.
AKA Fat Fox Dogod. Do y'all remember Fat Fox Dogod from yesterday? Do y'all want to go back over his videos and his Facebook feed where he was talking about y'all some weird ass hoes thinking I'm involved in this? Well, anyway, he had a bunch of substances on him, and like I said from the beginning, from looking at the TBI's Most Wanted poster for Austin Drummond and saying that possession in a firearm in commission of a dangerous felony made me think that he was trying to rob Adriana, Matthew, the grandmother, Courtney Wilson, and the dad, the uncle who was 15. I think he was trying to rob them, ended up shooting them, and then put the baby in the front yard. Well, this kind of brings that all together. Also, the Vice Lords connection and what I think they were doing in prison, which I'm going to share with y'all after I make a banner saying this is pure speculation. So
Carter stated that they came to help track the other suspect on foot.
During that tracking process, we discovered the backpack that he fled with. It had 1 pound of vacuum sealed marijuana in the backpack.
But he stated that the car had even more.
What was found in there was a drone, 4 mesh, like laundry bags, I guess you could call them, several cell phones with charger cords, a Sony PSP game.
Okay, I'm going to back that up. I want y'all to listen to this part specifically right here. Hold on.
4 mesh, like laundry bags, I guess you could call them.
Okay, let's go back over here to the Facebook picture. What do you see here? That's a mesh laundry bag right there, right? Now, that's a really big one, but they had small ones, okay? And they had drones. Now, have you guys ever seen, like, basically, what they'll do is people will get drones, okay? And they'll stand in the woods by the prison, the woods kind of like that were close to the prison where the bodies were found. They'll stand in the woods and they'll fly the drone and they'll attach the mesh, they'll attach a bag and basically drop drugs over the fence into the yard, and then somebody there goes and picks it up, okay? Now we're going to go back over here and finish listening to this real quick.
Several cell phones with charger cords, a Sony PSP game console, multiple fentanyl pills that were disguised like we call them dirty 30s.
Dirty 30s are made to mimic a 30 milligram oxycodone pill that's made from the pharmacy. These pills are created using fentanyl. Carter stated that the evidence concluded that the drone was equipped to drop the mesh laundry bags with marijuana into the Northwest Correctional Facility.
Right there. I mean, they just said it. Basically, they fly the drone over the yard, they drop the bag in the prison yard, and then somebody like this goes and picks the shit up, okay? If somebody had direct ties to him and he was the one controlling what was being dropped, that's how he probably got the Ciroc, all of the things, and was running that big store behind him. He's running this store because he's getting the shit that's dropped in the yard, and then people are paying him with food to get what's dropped in the yard, okay? And we're going to continue watching this for a minute.
In Lake County. He says typically you would see the lights on the drone, but the drone was tampered with.
They had placed electrical tape over the lighting of the drone so that it would not shine. You wouldn't be able to see it.
Authorities are still searching for the other suspect who ran from the scene.
So there's also police badges. They probably paid off correctional officers, or, pardon the way I'm about to put this, but he might have been delivering that D to the correctional officer. The correctional officer. Hold on, where is it? This correctional officer right here. Maybe he was delivering the D to her, and she was the one watching the yard, and that's how they were getting it in. Just, again, this is just speculation. Okay.
We have one in custody at this time. The other one is still at large. We do anticipate being able to draw up warrants for that one that's still at large.
All right, right here. You see what this is right here? Y'all know what that is? That is a Nintendo Switch. Okay. Now, if we go back over here and we look at what he had in prison in the photo specifically, what is this right here? That's a Nintendo Switch. Okay. So I don't know what that's used for unless they're using it at some kind of game in it to communicate. Like they talk about, they did when we were at war, there was some kind of video game that people were talking about, and they would communicate on the video game and nobody could trace it. The dick. He was delivering the dick to Katlin, and she was looking the other way. That's the D I'm talking about. So that's what makes me think that he's way higher up in this Vice Lord gangs than anybody wants to think. And another reason why he's not scared to go back to jail, because he thought that they were going to continue to get away with dropping the shit over the prison yard wall. Now, they didn't drop no pizza over the prison yard wall that I know of. I don't think a drone could carry that. But yeah. And it was his boy that got busted. Fat Fox the God.
Powell is currently being held at the Crockett County Jail. Live in studio, Katlin Nicholson, WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Caitlin. According to authorities, this is still an active and ongoing investigation.
So, again, that's his boy, Fat Fox the God, that was doing that. And I think they had been doing it for quite some time, considering that he's got all this food stocked up and everything and all of the damn things in there. I mean, he's got the damn cell phones. All they would have to do is contact him on the cell phone saying, I'm about to make a drop. He would make sure that his correctional officer girlfriend is the one working and watching the yard so that it can get dropped there and he can get away with it. And then the boy that's been providing you all your shit on the inside, you're going to go meet up with the first week you get out of prison. See, first you're going to meet up with your family. You're going to have them there. And then there's your boy. There's your boy that's been delivering you all the shit over the damn prison wall with the damn drone since he's been in prison. Tell me I'm wrong, because I bet you I'm not. Let me see if I can find this live feed again, if anything is live on him. I got more on her too. Everything's from 3 days ago. All right, let me pull up my notes. Also, more information on him and Katlin here that I saw on Facebook. Now, I'm going to say this is speculation and alleged. Hey, Native Girl. This is allegedly from the obituary of the grandmother, that there's rumored that they were fighting about the inheritance, but I want to show you one specific spot. It says Donna is survived by her parents, a son, Seth Childress, and wife, Briar Ashley, her daughters, Courtney Childress and Caitlin Speed, and husband, Austin Drummond. Excuse me? Excuse me? No, what? Caitlin Speed and husband Austin Drummond? No, what? Are we serious right now? Oh, but that's not all. What does that look like to y'all? What's that look like to y'all? That's Austin. That's Caitlin. What does that look like to y'all? They were supposedly married 5 days ago, and she's appeared. That appears to be a pregnancy photo. All right, this is a criminal complaint. I'm going to put it on my Patreon after our live, and it's the United States versus Austin Robert Drummond in Lake County. The criminal complaint is based on the facts, and we're going to look at the facts. This is from August 1st of 2025. Now, this is affidavit of U.S. Marshal Service, Western District of Tennessee. I, Daryl Weldon, being duly sworn state, I'm a deputy with the USMS assigned to the Western District of Tennessee, Jackson Division. I have been a deputy. That talks about all of the things he's done. Okay. In connection with all my official duties, I've received information from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations concerning their investigation for first-degree homicide, unlawful possession of a weapon, aggravated kidnapping, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony committed by Austin Drummond. The investigation in part includes information developed by the Deputy U.S. Marshals, U.S. Marshal Task Force officers, Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, and other state local officers. On or about the 30th of July, 2025, law enforcement officials identified Austin Drummond as a suspect who committed 4 counts of first-degree homicide. This homicide occurred in Lake County, Tennessee, which is located on the Western District of Tennessee. Information obtained during the investigation indicates Austin Drummond possibly fled the state of Tennessee and has crossed state lines. Austin Drummond has an active warrant for 4 counts of first-degree homicide, unlawful possession of a weapon, aggravated kidnapping, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony. So they think he's crossed state lines, okay? Based on the information developed by investigators with the U.S. Marshal Service, U.S. Marshal Service Task Force officers, TBI, and other state local officers, it is believed that Austin Drummond possibly fled the state of Tennessee to avoid prosecution. Okay. Now, if we go way back, the first document I had, it's not on there. The other document I had, this one, when he fled the state of Tennessee the first time for the armed robbery, he went to Daytona Beach. Hold on. Findings beyond a reasonable doubt. He argues defendant, an individual committed the robbery. I'm looking for it, but it says in here that he went to the Daytona Beach. All right. I don't know. Somewhere in this document, it talks about he fled the state to go to Daytona Beach. So I'm wondering if he is even in Tennessee anymore or if he's in Daytona Beach. So I find that all really interesting. Fat Fox the God gets busted with all of those drugs, a Nintendo Switch, the drone, police officer badges, and all of that, and was flying drones over the prison yard and dropping whatever they wanted to drop. So, if I had to guess, it's definitely part of the Vice Lord gang thing. And then they're together when he first gets out of prison the first week. But while he was in prison, he had all of the things, even the Nintendo Switch that is seen there in the drug bust with Fat Fox the God. There's a different Nintendo Switch. I want to know what they're doing on the Nintendo Switch. This reads, Director of the West Tennessee Drug Task Force, Johnny Carter, stated that upon the traffic stop, one person got out and ran away on foot while the other driver pulled off, but eventually came to a stop. Quote, there was still a driver in the vehicle. The Bills police officer stayed with the vehicle, detained the driver, and called for additional backup units to arrive. He also called us and asked us for the drug task force assistance, said Carter. Brandon Powell was taken into custody. Carter stated that they came to help track the other suspect who ran away. During that tracking process, we discovered the backpack that he fled with. It had 1 pound of vacuum-sealed marijuana in the backpack, said Carter, but he stated that the car had even more. What was found in there was a drone, 4 mesh-like laundry bags, I guess you could call them, several cell phones with charger cords, Sony PSP game console, multiple fentanyl pills that were disguised like Dirty 30s, said Carter. Dirty 30s are made to mimic a pharmaceutical-grade 30-milligram oxycodone pill. These pills are created using fentanyl. Carter stated that the evidence concluded that the drone was equipped to drop the mesh laundry bags with marijuana into the Northwest Correctional Facility in Lake County. He says typically you would see the light that is found on most drone devices, but the drone was tampered with. They had placed electrical tape over the lighting of the drone so it would not shine. You wouldn't be able to see it, said Carter. Authorities are still searching for the other suspect who ran from the scene. We have one in custody at this time, the other one still at large. We do anticipate being able to draw up warrants for the one that is still at large, said Carter. Powell is currently being held in the Crockett County Jail. What do y'all think about that? You can do anything online with a Switch, really. All right. I don't know if we've looked at this one, but we'll look at this one while I see if there is a live feed anywhere. This talks about the two people that were taken down directly in relation to this case, to the search for Austin Drummond, because technically Brandon was taken down during a traffic stop. Okay.
The Tennessee man accused of killing 4 family members, leaving only a baby alive, is on the run this morning. A $17,000 reward is out for information to find Austin Drummond. 2 men have been arrested for allegedly helping Drummond and have charged them with accessory to first-degree murder. Former Assistant FBI Director Chris Schwecker joins me now. Chris, good morning to you. Great to see you. We are dealing with quadruple homicide in Tennessee, and the suspect is armed and dangerous and has been on the run for some time now. And I can imagine the arrest of these 2 people who had an interaction with him after the fact is going to be huge in helping investigators find his whereabouts.
Yeah, I think so. When you have accomplices, that always increases your chances, of finding a fugitive like this. That gives you a lot of leads to work with. You can flip them. You can find out what they know. They have charges hanging over them. They can, if they're not the main perpetrator, they get an opportunity to make a deal. So that's a good set of leads there. And of course, in this day and age, mobile phones, cars, they all have trackers in them. So this has some really sinister overtones, though. And this guy was a career criminal, paroled against the recommendation of the district attorney, who says he's a confirmed member of the Vice Lords and a very dangerous person. Wow. So even though he was dangerous, he was paroled out.
Okay, so Austin Drummond is believed to have known his victims, the parents, grandmother, and uncle of this infant. And one of the investigators in this case said Drummond did show a sign of compassion because he dropped the baby off at an area where the child could be found. I don't know how much compassion somebody can show after murdering 4 people, but
I do have the name of a third person. So now technically 4 people have been arrested. It's going to be Giovante Thomas, Tanaka Brown, and that one you guys were talking about, the Deborah person. The woman charged for helping him, Dara Sanders, is also now charged with being an accessory after the fact. And I have that article after we finish watching this.
I understand what an investigator is saying when it comes to dropping the baby off. And the investigator goes on to say, so there is hope for him to be able to come in and have a conversation about what happened. What are the chances that that happens, that he voluntarily gives himself up?
I mean, I think it's possible, and I think they're playing to him by putting that out there publicly on the assumption that he's watching or listening to the news, and they're basically talking directly to him, trying to get him to come in.
But
he doesn't seem like the kind of career. He's a career criminal, as I mentioned. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that'll turn himself in. Even his own attorney made a comment that I thought was kind of interesting, which was no comment. And I think he said that because he's afraid of the guy. He doesn't want the guy coming after him. So, this guy is very armed and dangerous. I mean, armed and dangerous, sometimes just a moniker you put on a fugitive's wanted poster, but this guy is thoroughly armed and dangerous. Danger of a carjacking, a home invasion, just to find a place to hold out or to get transportation. So, we need to get him in custody as soon as possible.
Well, I'm going to be saying a lot of similar words in this next story that I wanted to ask you about, because another horrible situation, this time unfolding in Montana, where a man walks into a bar at 10:40 in the morning, shoots 4 people. We're dealing with another quadruple homicide. The suspect has mental health issues, is considered armed and dangerous, and also
we can
on
talk
the run.
about that.
Here's Montana's Attorney General. Listen to this.
Okay.
We've got tremendous cooperation from Homeland Security, from our federal partners, the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service. We want to find this guy. This is a dangerous individual who has committed an absolutely heinous crime against this community and these victims.
He goes on today to say we are going to catch this guy. This is still absolutely priority number one. What stands out to you in this case?
Yeah, I guess the standout here is this is very likely a case of mental illness. He was a veteran, claims to have PTSD. Whether he does, is an open question. But clearly, mental illness. He fled in his underwear. He stripped off all his clothes and fled in his underwear.
Oh, yeah.
Just totally. I mean, the murders alone are
Hey,
erratic,
Andy.
unstable behavior. But
Me
just
too,
the way
Ever
he
Love
escaped
Me.
out of there, and apparently he got into chase with some deputies, and they pulled off because they said he was armed, which was kind of curious to me. That was a curious fact. I thought, why would deputies pull off just because the guy was armed? They're armed too, and that's their job. But we'll find out. I guess we'll find
That
out
is
more about
curious.
that later. Yeah, he's in the woods. He's on foot apparently. And when people like that get on foot, they're going to get caught, or it'll end in some other fashion.
Well, you would think so, but then we talk about Travis Decker, so who is still on the run as well. The drone and arrest were going to some prison. Austin was in it. Oh yeah, we talked about that. We just got done talking about that, SD. And the fact that, hold on, let me show you this. So the drones in that Fat Fox to God had were going over the prison yard to where Austin was at, and Katlin was the CO, and they were dropping it in the yard. And if I had to guess, I would say that Katlin was probably the CO watching the yard when Austin would have the drones drop the goods. And this is a picture of Austin and Katlin. And I mean, that looks like a maternity photo to me. Also, this is allegedly from the obituary of the person who recently died. There's rumors they're fighting over the inheritance. And we have this statement here, third line down, Caitlin Speed and husband, Austin Drummond. No, what? Caitlin Speed and husband, Austin Drummond. No, what? Y'all, allegedly they were married 5 days ago. Something ain't right.
She said, something ain't right. I said, oh, man. She said, oh, man.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Here's my little statement to Austin Drummond.
You don't have to come and confess that you did it. We're looking for you. We gonna find you. I'm letting you know now. So you can run and tell that, homeboy.
Homeboy. Go run and tell that, homeboy. All right, this talks about the woman charged in connection to helping Austin Drummond. I'm wondering how pregnant Caitlin Speed is going to feel about that, if she is indeed with child. It says, woman charged with aiding man accused of homiciding Tennessee family. Authorities said Austin Drummond should be considered armed and dangerous. I'm going to let this read it to you because it probably can read it better than I can.
Jackson, Tennessee. Authorities arrested a third person accused of helping a man charged with the murder of 4 family members. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, TBI, said that agents arrested 23-year-old Dara Sanders and charged her with being an accessory after the fact to first-degree murder. Sanders shares those charges with Tanaka Brown and Jayavandi Thomas. Officials said that both of those men also helped Drummond after the murders. The TBI said Brown also tampered with evidence. Related, everything we know about the manhunt for Austin Drummond, suspected murderer of Tennessee family. Those murders happened July 29th on Carrington Road in Tiptonville, Tennessee. Police in Dyer County, about 25 miles away, found an abandoned baby in the front yard of a home. The search for the child's parents led investigators to find the bodies of 20-year-old Adriana Williams, 21-year-old Matthew Wilson, 38-year-old Courtney Rose, and 15-year-old Braden Williams. 2 cars, believed to be connected to Drummond, were found after the murders. Monday, authorities continued their search for Drummond in Jackson, Tennessee.
Okay, I did want to show y'all real quick. Monica has said it's scary. They can't find him with cameras everywhere. You'd think there's more cameras around there by a prison. What the fuck? I'm thinking more that this whole town is a substance business. I don't know. I want to take y'all over here to Facebook where WBBJ confirmed that at 1:45 that SWAT and U.S. Marshals are continuing to search the apartment complex near Union University. They are currently checking any and all vacant units. At 1:30 p.m., the TBI has now confirmed the response is in connection to Austin Drummond investigation. Law enforcement officials remain in the area. And there's video photo of that. I mean, if they're standing like that, they think they've got him cornered in the woods. They think he's in the woods. They got the dogs out and everything. I'm not seeing anything else real new. Oh, that's my stuff. I'm looking for my feed. Where's my feed? There it is. I'm not seeing anything really. Whoa, what the hell? Okay. Let's try that real quick. 1 hour ago, possible sighting of wanted person Austin Drummond. Yeah. All right, we're going to go over here and see Jackson's neighbors describe Drummond manhunt. Hold on.
People living in Jackson tonight. We're hearing from people living in Jackson, Tennessee, after 2 men from there were arrested accused of helping Austin Drummond after investigators say he killed a family of 4.
Hey, Bad Kitty. Nice to meet you. He's the 2025 version of White Boy Rick. Exactly. Seems to me the girl prison guard doesn't want to play drug smuggler in the jail anymore, or someone was about to snitch the whole thing off. I think so, too. I really do. I really do. And I think that's exactly how he was getting all them substances in prison and things. Sorry. In the face of all these tiny towns going from Texas all the way up the Mississippi River to Chicago are part of the drug trafficking. You think so? Hey, Elizabeth. They think he got away again. Well, I'll show you this. I'll pull this up again real quick because it was alleged by Marshal Services that he's not even in Tennessee anymore. This is the U.S. Deputy Marshal Service from the Western District of Tennessee. This just tells us about that agent's background. On or about the 30th of July, 2025, law enforcement officials identified Austin Drummond as a suspect who committed 4 counts of first-degree homicide. The homicide occurred in Lake County, Tennessee, which is located on the Western District of Tennessee. Information obtained during the investigation indicates Austin Drummond possibly fled the state of Tennessee and crossed state line boundaries. And in the original paperwork we had from the robbery he committed when he was 16, he was found in Daytona Beach, Florida. So I'm wondering if he's gone to Daytona Beach, Florida, and they know that since that paperwork came out and saying that he's already left the state of Tennessee. You're so funny, Tom. Oh, you're welcome.
Hi there. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Shay Arthur. Drummond has been on the run for days now. Although his car was found in a Jackson, Tennessee neighborhood Friday, he is yet to be located. WRG's Raven Copeland spoke to neighbors about the latest developments in the case and the days-long search for a man accused of violent crimes.
As the search continues for quadruple murder suspect Austin Drummond, the TBI has charged 2 men for allegedly helping Drummond after he committed the crimes. Saturday, Giovanni Thomas and Tanaka Brown were both charged with accessory to first-degree murder after the fact. Brown is also charged with evidence tampering. At this time, the TBI has not explained how investigators believe the suspects were involved after Drummond is accused of committing the violence.
So all we know is that they're charged with being an accessory after the fact. A word has been said here to warn the people, and Sheriff definitely would warn Volusia County residents. You think he would? I don't know.
I thought that was
I hope
crazy
so.
how you could, harbor somebody, that just basically, I guess, killed his family or whatever that case was. But I thought that was insane.
The TBI says Drummond has known ties in Jackson, and on Friday, his white 2016 Audi was found in a neighborhood there. A neighbor who did not want to be on camera described what he saw.
It was like maybe 40 to 50 cops, 2 helicopters flying around real low, searching the woods, had the neighborhood blocked off. Later on, while I was here, a couple of them went around the corner. I guess it is presumed to be his mom's house or somebody, and they had it surrounded, and they were on the PA saying we had the house surrounded, come out. Helicopters were lower, and it was crazy.
Neighbors told WREG that they think Drummond was in the wooded area where his car was found. However, they say he could have ended up on one of the trails that can lead to other places.
And you can go left or right. He could have ended up on the other side of Interstate 40 or going towards Christmasville.
Drummond has been on the run since Tuesday, July 29th. Law enforcement says he is considered armed and dangerous.
And do you have any concerns? His car was last seen here. He has had some sightings here. Do you have any concerns with him still being on the run?
In this neighborhood, not really. I know, or I'm armed to the teeth. I just want you to know that. But this neighborhood, I think pretty much everybody's the same way over here.
Reporting from Jackson, Tennessee, for your news leader, Raven Copeland, WREG News Channel 3.
So that's what neighbors think. Hold on. I'm trying to get a live feed. Hold on a minute, y'all. I might have another live feed of what they got going on. Okay. Hold on just a minute, y'all. No, I don't think anything's live. Okay. I'm going to pull up the news stations in the area to see if we've got anything live on him. Let me pull this up for you guys. While I'm trying to do this. Hold on. Ah! Okay. I'm looking for like a news channel 4. WSMV. All right, I'm going to try that on YouTube real quick. WSMV. Nope. Downtown Northeast View. I'm not seeing anything. All right, let's go back here. This is what we know about him so far. I'm still going to check. BJJ TV. Let's go to crime. Oh, I wanted to show y'all this. So let's talk about that. Please go away. So this is a map of significant areas. On July 29th, victims are found near Carrington Road over here. And this is the Northwest Correctional Facility where Drummond served time, right by it. Do y'all think that this could possibly be related to the drone drops? Do you think that maybe they saw them or knew about the drone drops and were there for some reason? Like, that's weird to me how close it was to the homicides, literally right beside it. August 2nd, pickup tied to case found near Burnt Mill Road. July 29th was where the infant was found. Victims resided in Dyer County over here. So the infant was found close to where the victims lived at. They found the truck 2 days ago. August 1st, Drummond's Audi was found at Micro Road, and Drummond has ties to Jackson area. So his car was found right around where he hangs out, and the next day the truck was found. That's interesting. All right, let's go back over here. It says, what we know about the Tennessee quadruple homicide suspect as manhunt continues. Austin Robert Drummond faces charges in the July deaths of James Matthew Wilson, Adriana Williams, Courtney Rose, and Braden Williams. An intense multi-agency manhunt continued Monday in western Tennessee for a homicide suspect wanted in the deaths of 4 people after a baby was found abandoned last week in a person's front yard. Austin Robert Drummond, 28, faces charges of first-degree homicide, aggravated kidnapping in the July deaths of Matthew Wilson, Adriana Williams, Courtney Rose, and Braden Williams. Wilson and Adriana Williams are the parents of the abandoned baby Westland. The bodies were discovered in a wooded area near Tiptonville, according to NBC affiliate WMC of Memphis. The U.S. Marshal Service and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said it was offering a combined reward of up to $17,500 for information leading to Drummond's arrest. Here's everything we know. The search for Drummond began on July 29th after an infant was found in a car seat in a random individual's front yard shortly before the baby's parents and 2 other family members were found deceased. A witness reported seeing a vehicle drop off an infant in the person's front yard. The Dyer County Sheriff's Office said in a news release on Facebook. In an updated post, the office said it wanted to speak with Rose, Williams, and Wilson. In a July 30th news release, the sheriff said that Rose, Williams, and Wilson were found among 4 people who were deceased in Tiptonville. Family members for Drummond did not immediately return a request for comment. James Matthew Wilson and Adriana Rose are the baby's parents. Courtney Rose is the grandmother. Braden was the uncles. Authorities haven't said how they died. They said there is a familiar relationship between the suspect and the family. A relative of the victim said that Drummond had dated one of Rose's sisters. The relative said he had literally been nothing short of amazing to us and our kids. Wilson's family said in an online obituary that he was a guiding light and irreplaceable presence in our lives, and we read that. He was a devoted father who would do anything to take care of his child and family. Matthew's quick wit and infectious smile lit up any room he walked into. They wrote, growing up with him was an adventure. He was always there, whether to offer a helping hand or to provide a shoulder to lean on. And we did go over the obituaries earlier. Families of the victims could not be reached on Monday. There's been 3 people arrested. 2 men described as associates of Drummond were arrested on suspicion of helping him. Tanika Brown was arrested Friday, and Giovanni Thomas was taken into custody on Saturday, the State Bureau of Investigation said. Both men from Jackson were charged with accessory after the fact of first-degree homicide. Brown faces an additional charge of tampering with evidence, the agency said in a news release. Dara Sanders was also taken into custody on a charge of accessory after the fact of first-degree homicide. She's accused of helping Drummond after the homicides. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said in a Monday news release. It's not clear if they have obtained attorneys. Drummond remains a fugitive and is said to be armed and dangerous. Authorities said in federal court documents filed on Friday that they believe he may have fled the state. Anyone who spots him is asked to call 911 immediately, authorities said. The U.S. Marshal Service said getting him into custody is a top priority. He was charged with 4 counts of first-degree homicide, aggravated kidnapping, possession of a gun during a dangerous felony. Hold on. And possession of a firearm by a convicted felon in connection with the homicides, the U.S. Marshal Service said. Investigators located 2 vehicles associated with Drummond, a 1988 Ford pickup. That pickup belonged to Matthew Wilson, by the way. I think it was targeted and pre-planned as well. It was a random family's front yard, Monica, that the baby was dropped off in. A white 2016 Audi 3 is believed to belong to Drummond, who was found in Jackson. And they believe he may be in the Jackson areas. Authorities have said he was out on bond when the homicides took place. He has been released in connection with an incident in prison where he was serving time for unrelated aggravated robbery, said Danny Goodman, the district attorney of Lake Counties. Y'all, I can't believe this, how close the victims were found in relation to the damn prison. And then we go back to the that fox, the god, being charged with the drone drops and things like that. I think it's related to the drone drops into the prison. I really do. Bad Kitty said he's eventually going to give up. He will run as long as possible. He may shoot it out, but it's a win-win for him because his mindset is getting the prison yard credit. He believes he will become respected. I agree with that. Hold on just a minute. Hold on, y'all. There's a wasp in here. I was trying to get real quick. Okay. Sorry, I didn't want that wasp to sting Basil. Oh my goodness, Abellis, thank you so much for gifting 20 memberships. That was so very sweet and supportive of you. And I really appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Let me see if I can figure out who those memberships went to. Thank you so much, Abellis. That was so sweet of you. Those memberships went to It's About Time, Lydia, Angela Halo, Nor Beaster, Maggie Naylor, Pat Sanford, Donna G, Trini Nelson, Hunter's Moon, Black Country Bum, 1, Northeastern, Grandma Stacy, F. High, Helen B., John McClintock, Stephanie Krumer, Belinda, Busy B. Stevenson, Austin, Grandma 3 times, Puddin 806, and Nicole's Nexus. Thank you so much for that, Abellis. That was so very sweet of you, and I really appreciate that. I'm going to grab the Polar Express to pick up all our new members. Thank you so much, Abellis. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that, Abellis. That was so very sweet and supportive of you. Hey, the Astro from space. Okay. Going back to what we know. Okay. Drummond remains a fugitive and is said to be armed and dangerous. Anyone who spots him is asked to call 911 immediately. The U.S. Marshal Service said getting him into custody is a top priority. All of his charges, we read that. Okay, we did read all of that. All right, I wanted to jump over here to Facebook, and right here from 44 minutes ago, they're showing the Cherry Grove Apartments and the police force that's there and present. I think that they think they've got him. Look at, I mean, my God. They're searching the vehicle that's pulling in. Y'all see that? They're searching every vehicle that's coming in or out of that place. They've got him cornered. I know they do. They got him cornered. Hey, Hobby Farmer. Hey, Bogart. Wow. All right, so that's the News Talk Jackson. I'm going to try the Jackson Post again. That's who had the live stream before. That was an hour ago. Let me go to their page. "25 minutes says the TBI just came and spoke to the media gathered on oil well to let us know there are no updates yet." So as of 25 minutes ago, there was no updates. We watched that video. There's the photos of them in the area. Look at that heavy police presence. They've got him there. Hey, Queen Olive. This is 46 minutes ago. We looked at those. Trying to see if there's anything new updates. Right there from 3 hours ago is going to be the document I read. All right, let's go back to Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, YouTube. You can watch this. Sinister officials arrest 2 men in quadruple homicide, Tennessee.
Leaving only a baby alive, is on the run this morning. A $17,000 reward is out for information to
Watched
find
that one
Austin
already.
Drummond. 2 men have been arrested for allegedly helping Drummond and have charged them with accessory to first-degree murder. Former Assistant FBI Director.
Okay, that one was going really fast, but we did watch it.
To know that the Tennessee man accused of killing 4 families.
Stop it. Hold on.
To know that murderers come down through here, I mean, yeah, it's scary.
Please hit the
Who could have
thumbs up.
done that? Who could have left a baby at it somewhere with strangers outside in this heat? I mean, who would do that?
Exactly. Who would do that? Welcome back. We have some new developments to share with you as the manhunt continues this morning for the wanted suspect in the case of 4 murders and the abandonment of a baby. Authorities have charged 2 others in connection to the case. Tanika Brown and Giovante Thomas are charged with accessory after the fact. Investigators believe both men assisted suspect Austin Drummond. The bodies of 4 adult family members were found in a wooded area in Lake County, Tennessee. The baby's mom, 20-year-old Adriana Williams, the baby's dad, 21-year-old James Wilson, the baby's grandmother, 38-year-old Courtney Rose, and the baby's uncle, 15-year-old Braden Williams. On Friday, investigators held a press conference and warned the public about Austin Drummond. They also talked about his long rap sheet.
Austin Drummond was convicted in Madison County several years ago for an aggravated robbery. He was sentenced to the Tennessee Department of Corrections, and he was housed at Northwest Correctional, which is in Tiptonville in Lake County. He completed that sentence. So it's what we call flattening the sentence. So
And while allegedly, while he was completing that sentence, he had all kind of things delivered to him. And I mean, it was just insane. It was insane. The things that they had being delivered there, allegedly.
doesn't actually come out on parole or probation. He's just released because he's done all of his time in prison. While he was in prison, he received other charges. We actually took him to grand jury in Lake County because since it occurred at the prison, then it was in our jurisdiction. He had some drug charges that we indicted him for. And then shortly after that, he actually was charged and indicted in Lake County for attempted first degree murder, which took place inside the prison. Because he completed his sentence, then that was just like any other sentence that a person on the street would have committed. So what happened is once he was released from the Department of Corrections, the Lake County Sheriff's Department picked him up just as they would anyone else, brought him to the Lake County Jail, and he made bond. So he has been out on bond on those charges when we think that this was allegedly committed.
Oh, my. Let's talk about this some more. Let's bring in our guest. Still with me, attorney Jennifer Brandt and private investigator Manuel Gomez. All right, Manuel, hearing that criminal history and him being out on bond, what do you think, please?
Well, Julie, I have to say this is the year of the serial killer and the murderer, as we all see through all the cases on court TV.
Well, the district attorney talked about how he didn't need to be released from prison. And that, you know, he was basically a menace to society. And that he shouldn't be released and all of the things.
The fact that they let him out is a travesty to our system. The system failed. He was being charged with attempted murder. He was in the Department of Corrections. He should have never been left out. Those people should not be dead. He should have been going to trial. Why did they release him? This is insane. In New York, we don't release them if they got attempted murder charges, drug charges. Yeah, he did his time. I understand that. But letting him make bail, I'm sorry. This was a failure of the system.
I echo everything you just said. I couldn't agree with you more. It is insane. It is insane. The system failed the public here big time. Because you're right, Manuel. He's got an attempted homicide charge. You're right. He served his time on the aggravated robbery charge. This is a different crime that's being alleged here. I mean, that is nuts to me that it would be, oh, he did this in the prison and then, oh, you can have a bond. Like, this isn't stealing a sandwich at a cafe. This is trying to kill someone. No, there's no reason in the world he should have had a bond. Like,
no, there's not. And he had charges of meth and all kinds of things. It's insane. It's insane. He should have never been out of prison.
Whatever judge gave him a bond and whatever prosecutor had the case, like I would love to know what in the world those people were thinking, or weren't they thinking? Because he had to have been brought in, been arraigned. You know, you look at the charges, you look at the history, you know, and who thought it was a good idea to let him go home? This is the kind of thing that happens. It's infuriating. Jennifer Brandt, I would love your thoughts on this. I'm sure you have a lot to say about this guy and whether he should be out at this time.
I 100% agree with both of you. I mean, he was a dangerous individual. He had threatened the jurors at his prior trial after, you know, they brought this up at the parole hearing for him.
I do too.
He was a bad guy. He is a bad guy and not somebody that should be let out on the street, especially when there was reason to still hold him. I mean, yeah, he did his time, but then there were other charges against him. Knowing how dangerous, what a dangerous individual he is, why would anyone think about releasing him into the public? I mean, this is a guy that just went right out and committed another crime even worse than his first. So when are we going to learn to keep these people in jail, especially when there's reason to?
Exactly. Jennifer, you're so right. When are we going to learn? What's it going to take? 4 people are dead. This is a massacre of this family. Manuel, authorities are saying this guy is really dangerous. Don't approach him. They're telling the public, stay away from this guy. How much of a threat to society do you think Austin Drummond is right now?
Well, you brought up a good point, Julie, about his threat. The prosecutor said that this is an isolated incident to this situation. No, he is a bona fide serial killer. He killed 4 people brutally. And this case, he is a danger to the entire Tennessee. And the bottom line is that this case also epitomizes what do you do when a serial killer is coming at you?
That's a good question. And I mean, I do as well, Elizabeth. I agree that our prisons are being overcrowded and it plays a big part in lighter sentences. But he should have never been out. Even the district attorney wrote a letter stating that he should never have been released from prison, and he shouldn't. On freaking bond for attempted homicide. Absolutely not. He should have been in prison.
You have to try to humanize yourself. You got to let him see, hey, my name is Manuel. I'm a father. I have children. This is why when he killed those 4 people, he saved the baby's life because the baby was crying. He saw the vulnerability. He saw the angel. He saw, oh my God, I can't kill this innocence.
And do we think that it could have anything to do with the fact that, hold on, I'm getting it pulled up. Not only was the baby related to his girlfriend or possible alleged wife, but she's pregnant too, right? Allegedly. Could it have anything to do with that? That what she would be the cousin or something to that effect of the baby that is his baby's cousin? He saved that baby? The fact that his alleged new wife's family's the baby from that family, or that it's the cousin to the alleged child that he's about to have with Caitlin Speed. Black Country Bum, thank you for saying thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah, Dolly's on, but he's not streaming. He's streaming something from San Antonio. I was checking it and trying to figure out where it was coming from. We'll go back to this court TV and finish listening to that.
The baby became humanized. And I can prove that to you because he even put the baby in a child seat, Julie, and dropped it off. All these serial killers have this in common. They see us as objects, and that's why they kill us. The minute we humanize ourselves and they see us as human beings, they won't kill you. But he is a threat to America, and he is more dangerous because he does not want to go to jail.
Yeah, well said, Manuel. Excellent insight. So we're starting to see what the connection may be. We have a Facebook post from a family member. So Courtney Rose, who's the baby's grandma, and this woman who's writing the post says that Courtney, her husband, and Caitlin Speed are siblings. And she says that Adriana and Braden are their niece and their nephew. And Adriana is the baby's mother. Austin Drummond was Caitlin's boyfriend at one time. She says he was close to our family. We cared about him. We thought he cared about us. He's literally been nothing short of amazing to us and our kids every time he's been around us up until.
So yeah, he had served all of his prison sentence. He wasn't paroled, okay? But he got charges for possession of methamphetamine while behind bars and attempted homicide while behind bars. And what happens is when you finish serving your sentence, you go to the other counties, basically, and you handle the other charges. The 13 basically threats where he threatened the jury, the possession of methamphetamine, and the attempted homicide that happened while he was in prison. Well, once he finished serving his original prison sentence, he went back to county jail for those charges and was sitting in county jail, right? And he got bonded out on those charges, and that's why he's out at large. But why was he allowed to bond out on the attempted homicide is my question. Hey, Kansnan. Yeah. He's out because the system is extremely corrupt. There are guards, judges, law enforcement involved, and that's how this works. Everything today is about getting what you need via blackmail, you know. Who in this correctional facility and in the county court system was making money off Austin's drug smuggling into the prison? The Vice Lord's gang and his girl, Caitlin, that's now allegedly his wife, pregnant with his child. the family member of those that are deceased.
This point, he has been amazing to our niece, who's Caitlin's daughter. We never expected him to cause any harm to anyone, much less anyone in our family. Wow. Jennifer Brandt, what do you think hearing these words from these family members?
Yeah, well, now we know there's a connection and it's not just a random killing, because you wonder, why would he harm these 4 people and want to kill them? Because, I mean, he wasn't robbing them. What could they have, really? But there was some connection. While he may have been nice to the family, who knows? I mean, who knows what went on with he and Caitlin, and whether he was angry, obviously, at her for some reason, or the other family members. But as we've pointed out, this is a dangerous individual. He does not value human life. He does not, even people he knows, he had his connection with them. He had been in a relationship with one of them at one point. Doesn't care. He's a cold-hearted killer. So he is dangerous, and hopefully they're able to catch him and get him off the street as soon as possible.
Right now, let's turn to our top story.
Indy, I appreciate you telling me that. I did check that. He's not live on this case. He's live on the case out of San Antonio, because I finally figured out what news station he was using, and it's out of San Antonio. He's just got it looking like it's from this case. See, I'll show you. What was it? Lord have mercy, I just looked it up. Why? Right here. Let me show you. Okay. It's got that News Channel 4, because I was trying to figure out where he was getting it from too. See, live ongoing police situation. News 4 WOAI San Antonio, Texas. Okay. Now, and I appreciate you trying to let me know. I'm just trying to show you that I know that that's what he's got pulled up. It's not Austin Drummond. Let me pull him up. Because I was trying to find out like hell where he was getting it from. Okay. Hold on. He's got it somewhere. That's Hold on. He had that pulled up. It's not what's up now. He's got a call-in show going on. Let me see if I can find where he's getting this new one from. Hold on. Hold on just a minute. Facebook, the Jackson Post. Okay, hold on. I'll see if the Jackson Post is back on real quick. He's playing an old one. The Jackson Post isn't live on it that I could tell. Yeah, they're not live on it, so he's playing an old video. Probably this one. Nobody's live on it right now that I'm seeing. I don't know, but he had that up probably trying to make it look like it was, I don't know what he was doing. Maybe they were talking about that case.
Olwell Road. I am actually standing in the front lawn of Love and Truth Church.
So that was from 2 hours ago, and that might be what he has pulled up, because I've tried like hell to find where any live feed of it, and I'm not finding anything. If we jump over here again, I think it's directly correlated to Fat Fox the God and all of the drugs and drones and things that they were flying over the wall. Have y'all ever seen, there's a show called Mayor of Kingstown, and they were doing that there. And that's where the idea probably came from. All right, I'm going to go on YouTube and see if we can find any of these news stations and see if they've got anything going on. Because it's like there's news channels out there, but they don't got anything pulled up. Like nobody's going live on it right now. So they must think that he's gone. Or they're not reporting on it anyway. Nope. All right, let's try. "31 minutes ago."
At 10 starts right now. And we have breaking news at 10 as the hunt for the man accused of killing a family of 4 is in day 6.
Thank you.
Tonight, there is an increase in the reward
Thank you, Bad
for
Kitty.
anyone who can help officers find Austin Drummond.
Do you know
Thank
where
you
it's
so much
at?
for joining us at 10.
I think
I'm
it's old
Carolyn
footage.
Serta. Now, Drummond is wanted for killing 4 family members and abandoning a baby in front of a stranger's home. Fox 13's Troy's Grant has been following this investigation very closely. She is live tonight in Jackson, where authorities tonight are still looking for Drummond. Now, Troy's, investigators hope this new reward will help in their manhunt.
Yes, Carolyn, the U.S. Marshal increased their portion of the reward to $10,000. That, in addition to TBI $7,500, makes the grand total to $17,500 for anyone that can bring any information that will lead to the arrest of 28-year-old Austin Drummond, who has been on the run for about 6 days now. Both local and federal agencies have been working around the clock to catch the suspect since Tuesday. That's when Dyer County deputies first discovered a baby abandoned in the front yard, strapped in a car seat.
It's so sad that these people are now deceased just because of some stupid bullshit. Oh, you're good, Indy. You're fine. Must suck to be on your honeymoon and having a SWAT team about ready to bust in on you and your lovely birdie. Yep. I think Katlin has a lot to do with it too, since they allegedly just got married and she's allegedly pregnant with his child. Yep. I agree.
After 11 that night, deputies found 4 bodies in Lake County. By Wednesday afternoon, they'd identified them as the baby's parents, uncle, and grandmother. And Thursday, the TBI named Austin Drummond as the suspect. Friday and Saturday, investigators said they found 2 vehicles they believe Drummond was using while on the run. While they're still searching for him tonight, they have made 2 other arrests. Yesterday, the TBI announced they'd arrested Takana Brown and Giovante Thomas. Both are charged with accessory after the fact and tampering with evidence.
Working to determine all the facts of the case and to bring the identified individual, Austin Robert Drummond, in to determine what he may know about this tragic incident.
It's not confirmed if either of these guys were with Drummond at the time when he dropped that baby off. Now, as for these 2 men, we do not have much on their criminal history. Thomas was in Madison County for failure to appear, but neither one of them are in the Tennessee Department of Corrections. We are going to keep digging to look for more information, and we will update you as we learn more. Carolyn?
That is Fox 13's Troy's Grant. Thanks so much, Troy.
Now to breaking news from Jackson, Tennessee, where the search continues for Austin Drummond.
I was eating Pop Rocks. Let me see what this is. 2 hours ago. You can watch it.
He's the 28-year-old that's been on the run since 4 people were killed last week in Lake County. Mike Sirianni is live near Union University, where we have seen another large law enforcement presence today. Good afternoon, Mike.
Hey, and good afternoon to you, Zanetta. Yeah, I'm here just over my shoulder is Union University. This is Oil Well Road behind me, and then off to my left is Pleasant Plain Road. So this area is blocked off by law enforcement. Videographer Ryan Clee is going to pan around now, give you some idea of the law enforcement presence. We have officers, SWAT team that are suiting up in that church parking lot across from where I am. Overhead, a helicopter is circling, and then back to my right at Pleasant Plain Road, there's Highway Patrol and other officers set up over there as Ryan pans around to give you an idea of what that looks like. Of course, traffic is blocked off. You can't go down in that area. This is reminiscent of Friday when just about 2 miles from here, that neighborhood was covered up with law enforcement. That was where they found Drummond's vehicle, that Audi that he abandoned over there Friday or at some point. And there was an extensive search over there since that time. And over the weekend, we told you about two persons arrested and charged as accessories after the fact in the crime that that Drummond is wanted for. And also, the latest and another bit of news came out when U.S. Marshals said they don't believe that Drummond is in Tennessee any longer. So I'm thinking maybe that someone has maybe seen someone suspicious. That's very possible, and that's what's caused this this massive show of force again here in the Jackson area. So I'm sure people are on edge and will continue to be on edge until they find Austin Drummond. Now, we're going to be following events here and have more later on our newscasts and, of course, on WREG.com. Reporting live in Jackson, Mike Suriani, WREG News Channel 3.
Mike, as you...
So that's about the most recent that we have, and it's from 2 hours ago.
Pointed out a lot of moving parts and a lot for police to figure out. Again, Drummond has been on the run. It will be a week tomorrow.
Okay. I've got one more news channel to try, and then I don't know what else to do until they find something. Okay, let's not do that. Actually, I got a couple. WZTV. WZTV.
Catherine Jacobson received a devastating lung cancer diagnosis.
This is about the reward increasing.
And continuing coverage as the manhunt is still underway this morning for the man suspected of killing 4 people and kidnapping a baby in West Tennessee.
Fox correspondent Madison Scarpino has the very latest, talking about the connections between this latest arrest and those who were found deceased.
A 28-year-old ex-convict who was reportedly close with all the victims is the main suspect in these brutal murders. He is still on the run, but we now know that he likely did not act alone. 2 Jackson, Tennessee men were just arrested in this case, and investigators are accusing them of helping the alleged killer escape or hide from authorities. The man first arrested is 29-year-old Tanaka Brown. The TBI says on Friday, they charged him with accessory after the fact to first-degree murder. He's now also facing a tampering with evidence charge and remains in jail without bond. And Saturday...
I'm wondering what the tampering with evidence charge was. I got the Pop Rocks. My daughter, I got them for her, but then while I was at the store, her daddy told her she could go to her friend's house. And so I'm eating her Pop Rocks. I haven't had them in years either, but Bad Kitty said, "Attention, white boy Austin, come out with your hands up. We got the place surrounded." You can't. I don't have a camera hooked up to my computer, but he's here. He's chewing on paper right now. He just had some cheese. He's sitting in front of the AC. I don't know if you can hear that. No, he's looking at the mic. What are you doing? He's rubbing his face on it. He's sweet baby. There's videos of him on my member stuff, but that's what he's doing right now. There's been a call between Stephen and his mom and dad. I'm trying to find out about that. I saw something on it, but I haven't looked into it yet. I will work on getting it if I can. Maybe we can look for it on YouTube.
The TBI also charged 29-year-old Giovante Thomas with accessory after the fact to first-degree murder. Investigators are not revealing details about how those men assisted in the brutal crime, while they're still
Hey,
searching
Ava.
for their prime suspect, Austin Drummond. There's a reward of more than $17,000 for information leading to his arrest, but he is considered armed and extremely dangerous, especially because of his violent past. He served over a decade in prison for armed robbery and had several offenses while locked up, including attempted murder. He's been hiding from police for several days now after investigators found a 7-month-old little girl Tuesday abandoned in a random front yard in rural Northwest Tennessee. That baby is okay, but within hours, the baby's young parents, grandmother, and uncle were all found dead, and investigators are blaming all of this on Drummond. The local DA confirms that Austin Drummond was actually dating the sister of the abandoned baby's grandmother, who is unfortunately now dead. So he does believe this was a targeted attack, but still, they're warning Americans to be on the lookout for Drummond and to, of course, be careful. In Atlanta, Madison Scarpino, Fox News.
We want to take a moment to look back at what we know so far.
Okay, hold on. All right. So that was from that one. Dolly's doing call-ins. WVLT.
Hey friends, Brittany Towerwater here. I'm going to show you how.
They're not live either. WATE. They're live. It's just traffic. They're not doing anything on him. All right, let's try to see about that phone call. I'm not seeing anything. Everything appears to be from months ago. I'll see what I can find on it, though. All right, I do have one more thing for y'all, because I did put Travis Decker in my description. I apologize. So I did have this on Decker. Let me put these. Okay. Hold on. Got to mute for a second and put these pop rocks up. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Christina. Sorry. Why not warning residents or warning neighbors? I don't know, Teresa. It's a good question. Okay. Shortly after his sentencing, I'd love to know where we could find it. That would be interesting to know where we could find it. Or, okay, I don't know what that has to do with. It says another hopeful spotting of triple daughter homicider Travis Decker goes cold as manhunt for homicider dwindles in size. Lord of mercy. Yet another potential sighting of accused killer Travis Decker has gone cold as officials in Washington state have begun scrolling back their search efforts for the man accused of the homicide of his 3 young daughters. Authorities in the state have been searching for the 33-year-old ever since his daughters, Peyton 9, Evelyn 8, and Olivia 5, were found strangled to death at a campsite outside Leavenworth, Washington in early June. It is now believed Decker, 33, dumped their bodies and his truck and has been wanted on the murder charge ever since. There was a glimmer of hope on Friday when the King County Sheriff's Office announced that it had received a tip at around 6 p.m. that the father was seen near Somoli Pass and the Pacific Crest Trail area, about 55 miles from Seattle. As locating Decker is a priority, KCSO dispatched multiple patrol units along with TAC 30 K9 units and Guardian 1 to aid in the search, the sheriff's office told KIRO. Neighboring law enforcement agencies were notified as well, but an extensive search for the former Army Ranger came up empty, and the search efforts were called off around 9:15. The announcement came just days after the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, which initially led the search efforts, said it was scaling back its response after receiving fewer tips about Decker's possible whereabouts. Look at them babies. I don't know how he could do that. So, June 2nd, Decker's car is located. Police find the girls nearby. May 23rd, search units recovered in Eccles' car. Oh, this is in 2020. So it resembles in Eccles. That's the video of the campsite that we looked at. That's so sad. That's the video of them talking to him days before everything happened. We watched that. Much of the search efforts have been focused on national forest areas and part of the Pacific Crest Trail, which runs from the Canadian border in Washington all the way down to the Mexican border in California. The failed search this week follows a number of similar sightings that have not materialized, with officials admitting in June that a trove of evidence taken from his suspected hiding site did not match any of his DNA. Thus far, the effort to find and capture Decker, who is wanted on state and federal charges for homicide and kidnapping, have ended in a dead end. Even a tip that Decker may be hiding out in Idaho proved to be false, with someone mistaking a local man for the wanted homicider. As search efforts now reach a third consecutive month, Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison suggested that it is not likely that Decker is still alive and on the loose. His ability to go through that area and not be detected would have been challenging, let alone the challenges involved with him having to hike through all the snow that was up there toward the Pacific Coast Trail at the time, he told reporters on Thursday. Still, he insisted that to KHQ that the department remains optimistic that it will locate the accused homicider, even if it's just his body. We still recognize we have a job to do, Morrison said. He added that deputies are going through and making sure that we are covering our past twice, sometimes 3 times, and also making sure that we are utilizing our search and rescue investigative units appropriately. Yet some experts, including law enforcement and security analysis, Todd McGee have said Decker's extensive military background may have enabled him to live in the wilderness undetected. He had joined the Army in 2013, served in Afghanistan before transferring to the Washington National Guard in 2021. A communications director for the Washington Military Department previously confirmed to the Daily Mail. The Guard was in the process of a disciplinary discharge due to Decker's absences when his daughters were homicided. He had been suffering from mental health issues at the time and had recently been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Decker was even court mandated to receive mental health treatment and domestic violence anger management counseling, but had refused. Police say he was also homeless and living out of his car at the time he picked up his 3 girls from their mother's house on May 30th. Still, his ex-wife Whitney told police she didn't believe Decker was dangerous and that he loved his daughter, with whom he had a good relationship. However, dash cam footage from May 27th traffic stop has added to the image of Decker's poor mental state at the time. Decker appeared in the 19-minute video with his arms crossed and bored expression before he leaned on his car and then sat on the bumper. At one point, I hate when it does that. At one point, he could be seen resting his head on his truck bed as the other driver and police officer interact. After the incident, the other driver told King 5, which obtained the video, that Decker appeared nervous and fidgety and kept telling me not to call the police, claiming he would go to jail over the accident. When the driver told Decker he had to call police to report the crash, he said the alleged killer's body language was almost intimidating. I could tell he was not in his full senses, the driver added. At the end of the video, Decker shook the driver's hand for 9 seconds. When the driver tried to pull away, Decker continued asking if he was going to be okay, the driver said. The traffic stop happened 3 days before Decker picked his daughters up at their mother's house for the last time, according to police. Whitney called police after Decker failed to bring them back. She told cops he was quieter than usual when he collected the girls, which was out of character for him. His vehicle was eventually found on June 2nd, with his daughter's remains nearby. An ensuing autopsy then confirmed that 3 girls died of suffocation and their deaths were ruled a homicide. I feel like they would have found it by now if they were going to. All right, I'm going to check Facebook one more time for updates on Austin Drummond and that search. And then after that, I don't know what else we have to talk about today.
Hello and welcome into another.
Yeah, all we've got is like, oh. What is this? They're born with a drone. Authorities search barn near. Okay. They're moving down Pipkin and flying lower. Wait a minute. They're going down the road. And then they searched a barn. This is from 1 minute ago. I'd love to know if they got him. So, oh yeah. Hey Kelly. Hey Carolina. That's all I have is that they're searching a barn. I'm checking the news stations real quick. I want a picture of this woman who was arrested. Because there's stuff talking about that. Let's see. They don't have any pictures though. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new other than that. And those stations don't even have that yet. So I don't know, y'all. Yeah, they had the woods surrounded and we covered that most of the live stream, but they just went into a barn with a drone, but I'm not seeing anything else. Let me check YouTube real quick before we go. Dolly's playing let me pull it up for y'all. Dolly's playing the old stuff from this morning, I believe. It looks like it to me. Let's try. See, they're not live on anything either. We watched everything they had. WBBJ, I think it's the other one. We got the woman arrested that we've already talked about. And we talked about the document that says he may have left the area. Wish I could get a picture of this woman. Yeah, y'all, I'm not seeing anything, so I don't know. JLR, let me check. I can't pull it up, but I can check. I don't really have anything else to talk about that I know of other than that. I'll check JLR real quick. He's got the one in Texas going on. That's that Texas live feed standoff in San Antonio. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go for the day. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. If I catch anything or if I hear that they've got him, I will come live immediately with it. But other than that, I don't really know what to talk about today. I'm waiting on FOIA requests and things like that. Subtle as a sledgehammer, said Tom. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today as we tried to get breaking information on Austin Drummond, and we did get a lot of stuff that was not out at the time that I released it, so make sure you guys stay tuned for updates. If nobody has told you, you are enough, you are important, you are special, and you are loved, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the support. Have a good day.